everyone. Thank you for joining us today on Facebook Live. We have not been here for a while, so I appreciate all of you tuning in. I am welcoming a very special guest. We are very grateful to have him joining us this morning. His name is Scott Colby. Scott is the closing keynote speaker at our upcoming Fall Convention Expo. He's also hosting a breakout session and participating in a panel discussion on mental health. Scott is a gratitude enthusiast and also owns and operates Say It With Gratitude, which helps companies create happy workplaces by having gratitude as a core value. In addition to delivering his message of gratitude around the world, Scott promotes the power of thank you notes, leads gratitude adventures in the wilderness, authored a book called The Grateful Entrepreneur, and developed The Grateful Deck, a card game consisting of questions that spark meaningful conversations. Thank you so much for being here today, Scott. Please introduce yourself and share some insight on the impactful power that gratitude has.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here. We do have to introduce our other special guest. Her name is Mia. She'll be 19 and a half on Monday. So, which is like 95 in human years. And she's always on my lap. So, but yeah, I am super pumped to be speaking again this year. I know I spoke in Green Bay in 2019. Maybe I will see some familiar faces while I'm out here in Wisconsin in a couple of weeks. But yeah, so you did a great job introducing me. One of my passions, of course, is gratitude in the workplace. Stemmed a lot from my experience as an employee of a company where I didn't feel valued and appreciated, and in part that helped lead me to where I am today. An even more impactful story that I will share in the keynote, so I don't want to give it all away, but a trip that I took to Guatemala to build schools was very impactful. I learned the power of gratitude and community, and learned a lot from the kids there who have very little, but they were just so grateful for us volunteers that were there to help build schools. So that really got me started in using gratitude in my daily life, but then how I could help companies use gratitude at work as well. And that's a big deal. We, as humans, even if we're not working, we want to feel appreciated. We want to feel valued. We want to feel understood and cared for. And I know in a lot of workplaces, that's not happening very much. And there's a lot of turnover. So it turns out when you have a team that doesn't feel appreciated, there's a lot of turnover, and the retention is low, and it's just costing companies a lot of money. So we're gonna, in the keynote and in the breakout, go through, it's gonna be very interactive, especially the breakout, but the keynote, I love to get the audience involved and engaged. So we're gonna be learning the best ways to appreciate your team at work. And I'm gonna add in something new to this year's talk, and that's about creating meaningful connections at work. It turns out a lot of people are feeling isolated, even though we may work with people. Working with people doesn't mean we feel connected. And we don't have those deep connections at work. A lot of us do, which is leading to a team that's disengaged and not productive. So we're going to be talking not only about appreciation in the workplace, but also how to create meaningful connections amongst team members so we can essentially be more connected at work and maybe even create some friendships at work. That just makes a workplace that much more of an enjoyable environment to work in. So again, super excited to be part of this convention in a couple of weeks, and thanking you, Jenna, for inviting me out here.
We are so excited to have you. And I know that you have also participated with other state healthcare organizations, whether it's presenting or participating, because of what you share, and your knowledge is so impactful, because not only does it help motivate staff, keep staff engaged, help from mental well-being, it's also a workforce tool that is simple to implement in a facility, because you want to keep the incredible staff that you have that are caring for residents. And this is going to help you utilize tools and utilize things that are just going to help you have a great culture in your facility. And I am so excited for our participants at the Fall Convention to get to know you, to participate in your breakout sessions, and learn some new tools and techniques about the power of gratitude. I'm very much looking forward to that. I do want you to touch on some of the other things that you do, because I know you do a lot of speaking, but there are some cool things that you do with regards to walks and hikes that also help promote, a grateful heart and mental well-being.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a big believer in getting out of our work environment and out into nature. It's the cool thing is, Jenna, gratitude, unplugging, so getting away from technology and getting out in nature, kind of all three of those have very similar benefits, helping you be more positive, more creative, a better critical thinker, creating deeper connections, which I mentioned just a couple of minutes ago. And so that's another thing that I do, is I take families or even workplaces out into nature. We'll unplug. A lot of times when we don't unplug, we're have our head buried down in our phones, even if we're enjoying something like a hike. And so that's a big thing that I like to communicate to people, the power of getting away from our screens and creating these deeper connections by having conversations. And one of the best environments to do that is actually out in nature on a hike. I'll probably hike around the lake there while I'm out there, because I'm a nature lover, and it looks like we're going to be at a beautiful lake resort, right? There's a nice environment there, right?
Yeah, the Osthoff is beautiful. And I am going to put your contact information in the comment section on this video. You're also going to have a spot on our website, because I want our member facilities to be able to reach out to you, because those gratitude hikes are a perfect opportunity to take some of your staff out of the environment that they're working in that's causing them these stressors, and have some deep, meaningful conversations with them, so that you can really understand the people that are supporting your facility and caring for the residents that live in those facilities. And so it is not only a great wellness tool, it's a great workforce tool, it's a good leadership tool, and it promotes a healthy and positive and happy culture. So I'm going to make sure that your contact information is easily available to our members, so that people can reach out to you, because I think that those hikes are just an incredible opportunity to grow. And so I thank you so much for joining us today. I'm looking forward to you sharing all of your knowledge and information with our attendees. And also, anyone watching, if you haven't registered yet for Fall Convention, registration is extended. It's going to stay open until tomorrow, Friday, October 7th, until the end of the day. So you still have time to register. I encourage you to come and really be involved and participate in this program, because the overall convention speaks to a lot of things that are going to help promote a positive work culture, help retain staff, and become successful following the incredibly tough 2 years that long-term care has experienced. Thank you again, Scott. Thank you, Mia. She's probably taking a nap. Hopefully she's enjoyed this conversation as much as everybody else did. So
You did. Thank you for having me. Looking forward to seeing everybody there and having conversation. So if you see me there, say hello. I'll say hello to you. And I can't wait for the experience.
perfect. Thank you so much. All right, everybody, have a great day. Bye.